Okay. All right, very good. I hope this is all set here. I am going to share my screen. Welcome to our weekly transits. There, I was trying to get that up. And yeah, it's an interesting month. You know, we've we've hit this in middle of summer now, in northern, middle of winter in the southern hemisphere, but we're into the in the midst of Leo season. That is um wow, it's hot up here and it's cold down there, but it's fixed energy, it's masculine energy, it's like outward, it's social, it wants to be on stage, it wants to shine. Leo energy is like the bonfire with all, wanting everybody to dance around it and say how wonderful it is. Oh, we couldn't exist without you. We couldn't. The sun is the most important thing. Couldn't exist without it. But here we are. We're at the 1st of August. And interesting about this month, we have two full moons. The first one today, and the last one, was it the 30th? And that's called a blue moon when you have two full moons in a month. Once in a blue moon. So they have to line up perfectly, right? We have to line up, at the very beginning of the month. We had two new moons in April. It was, another fire sign. I thought that's kind of interesting. Weird how cycles are and how things line up. But anyway, we start out with a bang, sort of, and then it kind of chills. A lot of moon aspects through the week, and then we another, just a couple of interesting things. But longer trends. Before I get all into this, we've got cycles happening. We've got the Pluto cycle. Again, it's easy to kind of start out and then just move in. And we got the Pluto cycle. It's retrograde going back into Capricorn. It's going to go back a little bit, and I think, what is it, January 10th or 11th or something, like 12th. It will move. Uh, we'll be moving back, and then we'll be getting. It'll be going a get forward, and then we'll finally get into Aquarius, and then it dips back again into Capricorn, and then into Aquarius for good. So we got a little bit back and forth, and we're going to see these power struggles. It's going to be like, oh, the good team makes some grounds, and then it's swamped by the bad team, and a good team makes some grounds, team God or team good, and then it's beaten back by all the tyrants, and all the tyranny and all the lies and all that stuff comes back. And we've got to keep some structure, but yet redo stuff that's been, it's like eaten out by termites. You put in fresh wood and reconstruct things. That's the way I prefer to think about it. So this is going to be vacillating a little bit. And right now we've got the Pluto making a square to the nodes. You see it's 28 degrees Capricorn, and you see the nodes there. We have the North Node, you see 28 Aries. I do have the other one on there. So we know that that's making a T square, and we know that's like the Pluto is right in the middle of that. What do they call it? The bends or something like that, that midpoint area. So it's we got a little power struggle today on that. We got a full moon. You can see I put it here with the sun and moon are in opposition there, and you see it at 9 degrees. Um, the moon's at 9 degrees Aquarius, and then sun's 9 degrees Leo, of course, opposition to it. So we've got today's the answer. We've got the full moon in Aquarius to what our new moon in Aquarius was in January. So we're kind of coming to a little bit of a, an end on that level, a kind of a reaping, or what's the word I want? Kind of come, the full moon is the culmination. So whatever we sort of started in January on some levels, we're at that full moon phase of that Aquarian stuff, that egalitarian, that broad look on things, the 30,000-foot view on things. That's sort of what that is all about. So anyway, I think it gives us a little bit of perspective and a marker of what's going on. And then we have Mars in earthy Virgo making a trine over to earthy Jupiter and earthy Taurus. You see right here. I think I have these better for you this week. Some of these lines in the middle, they get too fat and it's too distracting, but I think this way you can see the aspects better. So that's giving us energy. Look at that. I mean, we've got energy to do physical things, energy to do earthy things, energy to organize, energy to put things in order, energy to get going on land, energy to get your finances in order, energy to put things in order. Basically, all that material kind of earthy stuff, which is good. When all that happens, and then we have Mercury, just moved into Virgo, so it's going to be as it moves ahead, we can see that it's going to then be making that trine over to Jupiter before it goes retrograde. It's going to retrograde in Virgo, so we're going to have Mercury in Virgo energy for a while. It's a little, I mean, it's in an area where it likes. It's either it's home in Gemini or it's home in Virgo. It's exalted in Virgo. So it likes to be there. It likes that nervous energy. It can just get a little like on your nerves. So just be careful that you don't either get on your own nerves or get on somebody else's nerves by pointing out too many things, giving too many honeydews lists, being too exacting. That mirror does not look good there. That window that thing needs to be straightened. It's like watch those tendencies, that nitpicky stuff that can just be like, stop, just shut up, would you? I'll get to it. So anyway, I just kind of watch that because that Virgo energy just can get a little out of balance like that. And then here we've got the almost, see, this is still an orb, and as Pluto goes further retrograde, it will make a trine over to Uranus, and Uranus, is about ready to go retrograde. So I don't know if it'll really catch it, because Pluto moves slower, but we still got that little bit of an odd thing happening there. Okay, anything else today I want to tell you about? Oh, yeah. I was thinking of Mercury. Mercury is opposing Saturn today. And that could be a little dour. It could be a little pessimistic. It could be structuring though. It could be structure. You can go either way. It's like the Mercury. It's like the Mercury can structure that Piscean vagueness of Saturn right now, and then that Piscean vagueness Saturn. Just Saturn itself could be just making Mercury doubt, and it's like, what's the use? Kind of energy. It's moving fast, so if it's hitting you negatively, it will pass. Maybe by the time you even watch this, it will have passed or almost be passing, because it's a fast aspect. And it's not like, okay, it's exact at this time here, but it's in space and it's influenced, and you just might take some deep breaths later and be like, whew. So anyway, you can use that always to a good thing, structuring, putting some mental structure in something, making some lists. That would be a good way to do that. Mental memnics of some sort. All right, so that's today. There's a lot going on in there. Oh yeah, I know what I was going to say. And Mars, let's see, we're looking here for the Mars thing. So look at Mars. Why do I have this here for you? Mars will trine Pluto on the end of this month. Oh, it's flying. Yeah, Mars will get trine Pluto. Did I really do that? No, it won't go that far. Anyway, I'll come back to that. I got a lot of notes written over here. Let's move on. So the next few days, oops, went too fast. It's like things have moved out of orb, and there's not a whole lot. Let's see, we've got our, the Mars one's just moved off of Jupiter. It's just went forward a degree, and there's not really a whole lot going on. We have the moon finishing up in Aquarius, so that's kind of nice. But then it moves into Pisces. So we got the Pisces moon going over Saturn on Thursday. That could be a little depressing. So just watch for that. Moon, moody, Saturn, depressing. That's just kind of a crappy combination. And when it's going to be early in the day, so hopefully most of us will be sleeping through it. Or if it is, it'll be fast. So it depends on where you're at. But you can see here, as 2 in the afternoon. So earlier that morning it would have been passed over, so maybe most of it'll kind of be passing, but nonetheless, if you wake up Thursday or it kind of just like in a sour mood or felt like a rain cloud, that's why, and it will pass probably by the time you eat breakfast and get your blood sugar up. Or lunch, whatever. That's kind of it. But it's going to do that, and then the moon will just do its thing, but those are the loudest energies that I talked about at first. Friday, more moon energy. We got the moon finishing up here in Pisces and then moving on into Aries. Oh, it's also, as it finishes through Pisces, it's going to go over Neptune. So as you start out dour, maybe, and then you can get more hopeful or more spiritual or feel more holy or want to sprinkle holy water on yourself or go to church or read scripture or something when the moon goes over Neptune. Just you'll be maybe in a more ripe place for feeling spiritual influx. This could also be really good heightening your intuition on Friday, listening to yourself. That's kind of the word of that day. All right, Saturday, we get the nice energetic moon in Aries. So again, it's going to be a lot more moon energy. So the moon is going to trine the sun. That's going to be nice. So get energized from that. It will go over Chiron, maybe heal some old wounds or bring some up. It'll trine over to Venus because it's, Aries and Venus, they're in the fire sign. And then that will be nice. It's like moon, you might have that emotional Venusian connection. That could be nice for people, others. It's a bit softer influence. Um, and then what else was I gonna say? It's going to be making angles to lots of things. It'll go over the North Node and square Pluto at the same time as it goes near the end of that sign. So the end of that day could be a little testy, as the moon makes a square over to Pluto and conjuncts the North Node. That could be interesting. It could be pulling something from the depths that you want. You may have to kind of grease the tracks a little bit, pay the piper, prime the pump, however you want to say it, to get that depth, that lunar depth of Pluto and bringing it toward your North Node. So that could be really interesting, especially if you have things at 28 degrees in your chart. Could help or hinder that little oomph there. What else? Those are the big ones on that. I mean, there's always lots of little stuff. I don't like to trip you up on that since it's just the week, because you get like, what was it? What did she say on that? I want to try to keep it real with certain things. And then Sunday, we've got a nice square. We got a Sun square Jupiter. So this might be a bit of testing what you've just now put in place now this week. Testing it a little bit. We got that fiery sun. Do I still want this? Is it still of value? Is it as big as my expectations hope for? So use this square to kind of test out the waters a little bit of what you're putting in place right now. Because we got that sun to shine on and that Leo energy to bring it out. And then we have that big Jupiter energy and that nice Taurus. So, I mean, it could be cool. I mean, I know they're square and they're fixed, but, they could work together, because just the sun and Jupiter can just always kind of be fun together, no matter what. It's just, maybe one's on its period or one's got a headache, but they'll still be okay. Sorry for that, but you gotta get real with some of these analogies. Even though you might be on your period, you still be in a good mood. Put out water bottle and you'll be good. Take some vitamin C, for your uterus, you'll be good. Anyway, that's kind of the big thing on Sunday, but it's like a reflective point. And then we get through there. I mean, we have that, the moon. Whoops, there we go. Passed over that node, which we just talked about. And then it moves into nice earthy Taurus, and then on Monday, it's going to line up there with Jupiter. See, so that testing thing that you might have done Friday or Saturday will pay off, because then the moon will come over here and kiss Jupiter. And that's nice, because moon is exalted in Taurus. Feels good there. And then this is going to expand. So if you're on your game and you're getting stuff, it's going to come true. It's going to be good for you. And the moon, and it will cross over Jupiter, good stuff. And then I think as it crosses over Uranus, then you'll get those sudden insights and be like, yes, I think that'll be good. And I think it'll be a lucky transit. So Monday, Sunday into Monday, is, I think, really good for that. And then you can see all these trines here, with the moon and the earth sign, and then as it goes through the earth signs, how they're gonna make trines over to Mercury and Mars, at 12 and 17 degrees. So the moon will do that, making that, and then we have Jupiter doing that as well. So that's big energy communications. You can look for that meticulous communications, big grounded energies. Got earth energies here. So make sure that you're doing things that are fruitful, grounded, solid, secure. That's making use of this energy to the nth degree. Very nice. And then look at the Pluto. It's showing it as trine, but it's not exactly, but it's sort of an orb. The Pluto over to Uranus. Interesting. No, it'll get more, but as Pluto goes back a little bit, but still that'll probably be as close as fairly close. And then it's also making a nice sextile over to Neptune, so that will be in place for a while. So this is nice. We can I think people can accept a lot of the depths that are of Pluto coming out with that trine to Neptune. I think the Pluto is going to add some structure to that Neptune there. It could also just always watch whenever we get any of Neptune transits, just always watch for things that seem too good to be true, or somebody trying to pull a fast one on you, maybe. Just take a look at it, look all around the issue. All right. And then we'll be heading up back to our Tuesday next week, and I'll save that for next week because we got a lot of going on there. So good week. Make use of some of these energies. Again, if you're feeling crappy, maybe just realize it's the moon. Wait a few hours, get some water, hydrate, take some deep breaths, ground yourself, and you'll probably feel way better, and it will pass. Just like gas. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening, and we'll be back next week. All right. Bye for now.